The opening date for Epic Universe has officially been revealed. Let's go ahead and talk about how this is a game changer for not just Universal, but also for Disney, and not in a good way, here on That Park Place. Let's go ahead and get into the lead story, the one you have come for, and that is for the Epic news here. New piece of concept art, and not that, folks. The big one here, where they're talking about Universal Orlando sets opening day for massive Epic Universe theme park featuring worlds of Harry Potter, Nintendo, and more. This out of Variety by Todd Spangler. Universal Orlando's fourth theme park, the sprawling Universal Epic Universe, will officially open on May 22nd in Florida. That's 2025. The new park spans 750 acres, making it the biggest of Universal's Orlando's parks. Universal Epic Universe features more than 50 experiences across 5 themed worlds.
Yep. And we have an article on this right now on That Park Place as well.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and get
I just put it in the private chat.
I do apologize. The news is happening so fast.
It just went up. So
fantastic. Awesome stuff right there. The thing I want to take away from this article, just real fast, and we'll get to That Park Place. This is from Karen Irwin. This is such a pivotal moment for our destination, and we're thrilled to welcome guests to Epic Universe next year, said Karen Irwin, president and COO of Universal Orlando Resort. With the addition of this spectacular new park, our guests will embark on an unforgettable vacation experience with a week's worth of thrills that will be nothing short of epic. Our universe will never be the same. And I do agree with that assessment. It will never be the same now with the opening of the true third gate of the Universal Orlando Resort. Universal Orlando's Epic Universe theme park sets opening date earlier than expected. This by Marvin out there. I think you know him. Does a lot of great work for That Park Place in general.
Thank you very much.
This on That Park Place, posted just right now, October 17th. In the theme park industry, delays are inevitable. Timetables are always being pushed back by construction issues, pay disputes, or even some of Central Florida's infamous hurricanes, so it's rare for anything new, let alone a new theme park, to actually debut early. Universal has accomplished with its brand new state-of-the-art Epic Universe, which will officially open to the public May 22nd, 2025. What Marvin is referring to is, well, the article just actually recently came out. I believe it was the Wall Street Journal that suggested a Memorial Day opening that would have been May 26th of 2025.
Before that, I think a lot of people thought that the springtime, projections were a little. We're a little far-fetched. So people were saying, oh, it's going to be the summer, it's going to be the fall. Everybody thought this was going to get pushed back, and it's actually opening early, which is incredible.
I think you'll be seeing previews even before that date. So
I do have some information on what they said about soft openings. So that's in the other article I linked to you, Vash, but we'll get to that. When we talk about annual pass holders, we'll get to that.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yeah, folks, we've been compiling news stories this entire morning right here because some of this news is breaking so fast. We're trying to get to it all for you. So if we seem a little bit disorganized, doesn't mean that we're not. But we're trying to present the best show possible and get you the most information that we possibly can. We have that quote from Karen Irwin, which is, I think, absolutely fantastic. Our universe will never be the same. I just love that. That is so cool. Epic Universe promises to be an unforgettable experience. 5 themed lands: Celestial Park, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Dark Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and more. At the far end of the park will be the Helios Grand Hotel, a massive resort destination with its own private entrance into Epic Universe. Tickets go on sale for Epic Universe for the general public on October 22nd. However, it should be noted that single-day tickets won't be available. Instead, Universal will only sell Epic Universe tickets as part of a 3 to 5 day ticket package, only 1 day of which will be dedicated to Epic Universe. That's the key thing to note here. Don't matter if it's 3 or 5 days, you'll only get 1 day at Epic. So they are anticipating huge crowds for this thing, and a way to load balance between the various resort parks is to limit you to just 1 day at Epic Universe right there. Again, they are calling this the first phase of tickets. That this will not be a permanent thing going forward, but obviously I mean, we've never had a North American theme park open in the social media era before. We've never had a park with this much anticipation built up by the internet and by social media, and that's why I kind of bring that up, is because there's going to be huge demand. And again, this is a brand new park. It's only going to probably have, I would say, 35 to 40,000 people per day in terms of daily capacity when this initially opens.
I think it's two-pronged, actually, Vash. I think it's partially this, but it's partially we're trying to control the crowds. But then it's also partially a disruption to Disney's, Disney's market share. Because typically a family of four comes to Orlando for a week. They're staying at Walt Disney World. They're going to maybe take one day. So maybe they're staying for 7 days. They've got 6 days of Disney passes. They're going to do one day at Universal, because you could do one day and do both. If you get there at opening and you have Express Pass, you can do one day at Universal and Islands of Adventure and get everything done. And then you're back at Disney. But now with this 3 to 5 days, you are effectively you are forcing them to split the week between Disney and Universal. So Universal has effectively, for that family of four, cut Disney's market share in half.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I was saying, when this first started to leak out there, that's how they were going to go about with the tickets. I used to estimate that Disney would lose 20% market share to Universal the year that this opens. I now admit that was woefully underestimating. I think they're going to lose a considerably larger portion, maybe up to 25 to 30% market share overnight, because this is going to impact them that much. Consider the fact that you're asking a sacrifice of basically 50% of a week for people to go to this so that they can get access to this park. Because people aren't going to waste those tickets. And let me tell you, the Universal experience right now is better than anything Disney's offering. So, Disney's going to lose out to Universal, and they know it, which is why we're getting all this exorbitant ticket garbage that we were talking about at the beginning with the lightning lane and everything else. Disney's about to tank. They have nothing new to offer. They have no new ideas. They have no creativity, and they have no innovation. They have no vision for the future. So there's a lot of no's there. Who wants to stick around for that? No, you got to go check out Epic Universe.
I do agree with you. This by the Wall Street Journal right here. This was the article that we had referenced in earlier coverage here on That Park Place. Universal plans early summer launch of new park with marquee Harry Potter ride. This by Robbie Whelan. This came out just before the big opening officially on May 22nd of 2025. But it says right here, this is what Marvin, I think, was referring to right here. He is absolutely spot on. And this is noted by people very in tune with the industry, which Marvin happens to be. And that's why he can actually predict and say these things. Doesn't need an article to tell him. But to validate what he just said, the approach could prod visitors into spending multiple days at Universal's properties and make it harder for some visitors to justify buying passes for Disney parks during the same Florida trip, which is a common move for many families. This is referring to, obviously, the fact that they're limiting Epic Universe access to multi-day tickets right there. This is exactly what you were referring to.
Another point to make here, Vash, is that the Uber drive from Disney to Universal, it's not a cheap Uber ride. You're going across town essentially on I-4. A lot of times there's traffic. So essentially what we have to do here is, I think a lot of people will cut their resort stay at Disney in half, which is going to be a huge blow to Disney's bottom line. And they will end up booking that, a Universal resort for the same time period. And look, I'm telling you right now, if Universal finds a way to offer a Magical Express type service from the airport, included with the resort, they would be foolish to not do that. Because if they pick up that service that Disney has dropped the ball on, they've won. And
let's be fair. Mears still has all those buses. Mears still has all those buses.
And you can still take the Mears buses to Disney. It's just an additional cost to you. You're paying Mears directly, and it's nowhere near the experience the Magical Express was. I mean, the Magical Express was themed. It had, you watched like a welcome to your Disney vacation, video on board and cartoons. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It made the 25-minute drive minimum worth it. So.
This is why also, too, getting rid of the Magical Express in general was such a bad idea. Because I understand, people can get around with Uber and Lyft's services more easier than they did before. But a lot of people now are opting for rentals in which they didn't previously because of this whole thing. So if you're already traveling, let's say from the airport to Walt Disney World property, if you're going to make that your home resort, then you're not tied down in the same way that you might be if you did opt for those Magical Express services. If you're paying for Ubers and Lyfts anyway, or have a rental car, well, now it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to Universal and see what they are doing.
Let me also point out before I have to run to get a drink, when you Uber from Orlando International Airport, there is a premium tacked on to what you are paying. This was a concession that was made for the taxi cab unions in Orlando when they were livid that Uber and Lyft were taking a part of their market share. So it is not as cost effective as you might think to take an Uber from Orlando International Airport (MCO) to Walt Disney World. It's gonna cost you extra. Just wanted to say. Everybody knew that.
That's a fair point. I not considered it before, but I'm glad you brought it out for our listeners here. And I think Wall Street Journal, this is what they reference in their article, talking specifically about the what I call the gravitational shift that'll occur in the Orlando area because of the opening of Epic Universe, and how people will be more inclined maybe to go to Universal instead of Disney. It says right here, Universal Epic Universe could snatch about 1 million visitors from Disney during 2025 and 2026 and boost overall attendance at Universal's 3 parks in the area by more than 8 million, according to estimates made this year by MoffettNathanson. We've covered those figures before, but you're now seeing that strategy really play out here, and why MoffettNathanson has been so bullish on those figures, which, by the way, I think are underestimating the impact of this. I think it'll actually be more. Let's get into some of these details right here when it comes to these tickets and how they'll actually be measured. The strategy effectively controls crowds and at the same time stops Disney vacationers from making Epic Universe a one-day stop on their Walt Disney World trip. It actually forces them to split the week between Disney and Universal if they want to experience all the Epic at Epic Universe. Those 3-day tickets will range from from $352 to $521. Again, this is for multi-days. This is not per day. Depending on the dates, when you break it down, that ends up being a whopping $118 to $174 per park per day per person. Universal Orlando pass holders will be the only ones allowed to buy single-day tickets to enter the new park, which will feature special pricing. And those tickets will go on sale October 24, 2025, and be available while supplies last. I think we have more information on that specific portion as well. You can see a breakdown right here. Scott Goosten has provided a breakdown of the various ticket offers and vacation packages and so forth that Universal will be debuting here, which is quite handy. But he also goes into what this special ticket offer that Marvin had talked about in his article here. This is provided by Universal themselves. Special Passholder opportunity to purchase one-day dated admission to Universal Epic Universe on sale October 24th. Limit of 6 tickets per transaction. If you have more than 6 pass holders linked to your account, you will need more than 1 transaction. Ticket prices and availability vary by day. Restrictions apply. An allotment of tickets for all dates, including the week of grand opening, have been reserved for pass holders. That's key to note here. 1 day dated admission, non-transferable. And you can see the official announcement of this. So for pass holders, there will be options to buy single day tickets, but for everybody else, you'll have to buy into a multi-day pass option, which I think is still very good value, especially when you include Epic Universe in that. But again, it's a way to, like Marvin eloquently put, it's a way to cannibalize some of the business from Walt Disney World and load balance throughout the entire resort. I think this is it's obviously not optimal. It's not ideal. But you got to think, only 30,000 people are probably going to get into this park per day. What do you do?
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.